Hi lovelies! So here I am making another video. I'm very excited. This is going to be on my foundation routine. To be honest with you, I wasn't very sure if I should continue making videos because I wasn't feeling too comfortable, and I know I'm not at my 100%, but I told to myself, if you never practice, you'll never be comfortable and you'll never get better at it. Like they say, practice makes you better, right? So here I am making my video. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. So let's get started. The first thing that I always start with is my moisturizing cream. It's so important to moisturize your skin before actually going to add the other products. The moisturizing cream that I'm using today is by Clarins Multi-Active Day. I'm going to hit this up with my fingers and apply this all over my skin, just to make sure it's well moisturized and smooth. It's very important to moisturize your skin before you continue adding the foundation, the primer, and all this kind of products. Now that my moisturizing cream is applied, I'm going to take my primer. The primer that I'm always using is, for now, it's the Smashbox Photo Finish. I like this primer because it really helps the longevity of your foundation, and also it diminishes the appearance of your pores and fine lines. So I always like to use a little bit of primer. I don't like to use it too much on the skin because I find it makes it too thick. So just a little bit, as long as your foundation can go smoothly over it. Foundation that I'm going to use today, I just purchased it actually. It's the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I really like this foundation. I tried it on my friend and she adored it. It really covers very well, has an amazing coverage, and it's very light. You don't feel like you have too much on your skin. But however, I tried it yesterday on myself and I find it's a little bit dry. So if you have a dry skin, I would definitely not suggest you unless you really prepare your skin. So the way you're supposed to apply this foundation is you have to shake it because it's very liquidy, and then after you have to apply it on the back of your hand, just so, and you have to heat it up with your fingers and then go and work on your face. Apparently this foundation is good to apply only with fingers. You're not supposed to apply it with a brush. So let's try and to see if it really works. So now I'm just gonna go and blend it. It makes your skin so flawless. I really hope that it's visible on the camera, because in real life I can really see the difference. So once the foundation is applied, I'm going to take my concealer. The concealer that I've been using, I think, for about a year or two, or maybe even more. It's the Prolong Wear Concealer by MAC. I swear by this concealer. It's such an amazing concealer. Doesn't matter if you're younger, you're older, what type of skin do you have. It just goes perfectly. So what I like to do with this is to conceal and highlight. So I'm gonna apply this underneath of my eyes, a little bit on the bridge of the nose. The color that I'm using today is the NW20. And to be honest with you, I find that it goes on almost everybody, this color. Because if you're a little bit darker, it gives a nice highlight effect. And if you're lighter, then it's just your color. You just have to go with the highlighter. So the brush that I'm using to blend this is by Sigma F88. Right? Here you go. So I'm going to apply this. A lot of people ask me why I can't just use my foundation underneath the eyes. Well, the reason because number one, it's gonna crease. And number two, you still want that highlight. If you go with the same color as your foundation, you won't get that highlight effect. So that's why when you go with concealer, you go a shade lighter or 2 shades, just to go get that highlight at the same time. So you do 2 things with 1 product. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my powder to set the foundation in place. The powder that I'm using today is by Mineralize by MAC. The color is medium. I like it because it's not too dry and it's not too thick. It's very, it gives a luminous effect. So I'm going to apply this all over the skin just to set the powder. So just a little bit. It doesn't really have coverage, this powder. If you're looking for coverage, then you have to go with the Studio Fix by MAC. It has an amazing coverage. It's a foundation powder. But if you just want to go set the foundation, you can just go with this one. Unless you have an oily skin, then I wouldn't suggest you. So now that my foundation is completed, my concealer is done, my powder, I'm going to take my Too Faced powder, Chocolate Soleil. I love it. I know I already mentioned this in my previous video, but I just can't get over it. What I do with this, I'm just going to go contour it very slightly. So just a little bit on your forehead. There you go. What I like about this powder is that it doesn't give that orange, it doesn't turn orange on your skin. Because I know I've got some powders to do like for bronzing and for contouring, and it always turns orange or just not nice. This one is perfection. So I'm going to apply this a little bit around my nose just to make it a little bit skinny because I find my nose is a little bit too large on the bottom. Just to make sure it's well contoured. So we're almost there. The next step I'm going to apply is my blush. The blush that I'm going to use is by MAC. This is the color Mocha. Sorry, it's a little bit all erased. I like this color because it's very soft and it's not too pink. It's not too dark. It's just for every day or somebody who really wants to go natural. This is the best blush for the person. And if you smile, you can find where to apply your blush. Here you go. The next thing I'm going to do to really set the makeup and to really make it last, I'm going to take my Prep and Prime powder by MAC. This is a translucent powder, but it's pressed instead of loose. I like better pressed powders because I find it doesn't make a mess. So I'm just going to set this all over my skin just to make sure my makeup really looks flawless. So the powder is done, everything is done. I'm just gonna take my bronzer again, the Too Faced Chocolat Soleil, and just go all over it just to make sure I don't look too pale. Just on top of where I already applied the contour. Honestly, now I'm looking at it and I really love this foundation. Here you go, this was my foundation routine. So as you can see, I'm going for a very natural look today. It was simply to show you what products I use for my foundation routine. I really hope that this video was very useful and you enjoyed it. Please subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much. Have a magical day.